Benchmark Recruitment, where a bunch of loyal temps each have a dream job. Unfortunately, when they wake up, they're working somewhere else. The sitcom where you can forget about choosing your family. You can't choose your workmates either. Our motto, staff on the skive? Try ours. Temp, Interruptus.
Hello, my name is Petra Forbes. I'm bordering 50, but I won't say which side of the border. I am privileged to both own and manage Benchmark Recruitment. I have to admit that I married into the firm. I then began working with my husband Roger. His father started the firm nearly 50 years ago. He was a self-made man. Roger was his only son, so when he died, and knowing his son well, he obviously left the firm to me, his daughter-in-law. Roger inherited 2 very nice houses. His father's train of thought being there wasn't much damage he could do to bricks and mortar, whereas a thriving business. Roger and I divorced 3 years ago, and 3 years ago I threw him out of the firm. It wasn't messy at all. His latest bimbo, Kira, was very helpful, tagging him in all those nice bathroom selfies on Facebook. So I then had lots of photographic evidence. I love my work. I have high standards, easily met by my core agency staff. Avril, my best temp, but don't tell Mercedes, is Lucy Clayton trained and always in demand. Although she can be a bit high maintenance and is obsessed with chiffon. My very good friend Mercedes is also a stalwart of the agency, although not always in demand. Well, not for repeat bookings anyway. Mercedes' nephew Justin, a music student, also works for me. He is helpful, likeable, and a big fan of Ozzy Osbourne. Fortunately, his fashion sense is conservatively nerd, so we can send him anywhere.
Hello there. I'm Roger Forbes, and I'm a man in my prime. My father, Godfrey, built up quite a business empire. Sadly, he died a few years ago. He left me some houses and a pot of money, but for some perverse reason, he left his flagship employment bureau to my ex-wife, Petra. She became the proud owner of Benchmark Recruitment. A safe pair of hands, he called her. Cheek! Petra and me? Well, our divorce wasn't exactly amicable, and she didn't seem too upset. More in holiday mode, as a friend remarked. I suppose it was my fault. I've got a bit of a wandering eye, or, as Petra said, it's more of a route march. I've always held the view it takes 2 to tango, or, as in our marriage, the paso doble. Reluctantly at first, I set great store by the vow, till death do us part. Petra, however, being in excellent health and happy to see me go, is now the proud owner of 4 framed copies of our Decree Absolute. So, bouncing back as ever, I rekindled my faith in romance with my new love, Kira. Blonde, beautiful, in the bloom of youth, and in no way persuaded by my very nice inheritance and 2 extremely large houses. I'm a graduate in IT, and having 4-star credentials, was soon headhunted by the, MI6. I was in charge of a deep state database of their top operatives. I can't say too much, but, well, a minor glitch, which could have even happened to Steve Jobs, caused the information on this database to find itself on a distribution list heading for Twitter. Although, I heroically retrieved, deleted, and rebooted the list. Well, I was sacked. And for some reason, filed in the same drawer as Burgess and McLean. I didn't, however, need to leave the country, and I am now confident enough to go out alone at night. Petra did threaten to send MI6 an I told you so memo, but luckily I talked her out of it. As of now, I'm returning to Benchmark Recruitment. The business is doing well, but it needs a spark, it needs a website, and, if Petra lets me near the filing cabinet, it needs a database. I offered my service as a business unit manager, which Petra seemed to think appropriate, and insisted on ordering a large and impressive name tag. I am therefore a bum.
Hello. My name is Mercedes Benson, and I am a woman of a certain age. I think I'm wearing very well. At present, I'm working for the agency Benchmark Recruitment. The agency is owned by my dear friend Petra Forbes. Another woman of a certain age, but not quite as certain as mine. She too is a very attractive woman. I trained in journalism, leaning towards investigative journalism. Unfortunately, I was far too nosy for my own good. I've written my first book, an exposé, but I can't say any more as I'm still waiting for the restraining order to end. So at present I'm working for Petra, spreading my talents, self-taught, far too thinly around the various offices of our thriving town. Although I am a very sociable person, I must inform you that I don't do office parties, away days, staff meetings, birthdays, work outings, and Friday night drinks. I do, however, do evenings out with some colleagues and birthday celebrations that don't involve taking cream cakes around the entire building while having to sit with 3 balloons tied to a desk.
Hello, I am Avril. I'm 50-ish and work at Benchmark Recruitment Agency. Or rather, I work for them, offering my extensive services to the flourishing businesses in our thriving town. I am a fully trained executive secretary, Lucy Clayton trained, which means that not only can I write shorthand at just under 100 words per minute, I can in fact write it down before it's been said. My typing is extremely accurate. Why, I've never even used Tipex. Never, ever. As for spell check, I don't even know where the button is. I've been married once, and now have a long-time life partner, Colin. Sadly, my first husband, Gerald, died in a tragic, if not stupid, skateboarding accident. He was 54. He thought it might improve his balance for golf. Unfortunately, he went the wrong way, against the traffic, I suppose you could say, up a ramp, flew off the end, and somersaulted onto his head. Many of the more experienced skateboarders felt that he had used the wrong type of board, or deck, as I believe it is called. They did, however, applaud his imaginative use of the railings, where, touchingly, there is now graffiti in his honour. As for me, I don't really need to work, as Colin has rather a good contract with the council, but I enjoy it, and it gives me pin money to indulge in what I can only call my obsession with chiffon. On 2 occasions I have won first prize in the Chiffon and Mixed Fibres National Heat, and in my 20s was Miss Chiffon National Champion. I am also very interested in genealogy, which is in some way connected to the Romanovs, but I'd rather not talk about it. As for my relationship with Petra, Benchmark Recruitment's owner, we are simpatico. She values me and secretly admits that I am her best temp, if not the best temp in the Northern Hemisphere. Perhaps I shouldn't say, but this can be reflected in my rate of pay. But don't tell Mercedes.
Hello, my name's Justin. I'm 20 years old and studying music at college. I'm a massive heavy metal fan, but I'm studying the flute. All kinds of flute. Wasn't my idea. My dad plays flute. My mum plays the harp. I'm also learning the harp. I'd like to find a heavy metal band that needs either of those instruments, but it's not easy. When I'm not learning the flute, I temp at Benchmark Recruitment. My Auntie Merck also temps there. She's good friends with the owner, Petra. Petra and Auntie Merck look out for me and try to find me interesting jobs. They don't always succeed, but I'll turn up for anything. I suppose I'm a bit of a nerd, which is all right. I love jumpers, cardigans, a nice white shirt, and rolled up jeans. The look suits me. I've got great hair. My fringe falls just right and sweeps across my forehead. Well, that's about it. And now I'm off to a charity gig for old rockers and hospitalised headbangers.
Benchmark Recruitment, where a bunch of loyal temps each have a dream job. Unfortunately, when they wake up, they're working somewhere else. The sitcom where you can forget about choosing your family, you can't choose your workmates either. Our motto, staff on the skive, try ours. Temp, Interruptus.
Yes, Avril, it's to type a confidential report. What? Audio. It's audio. What? Well, where's studs? Well, just bring a change of earrings then. OK, yes, see you. Yes. Bye.
And...
Bye.
hang up.
Roger, leave her alone.
Don't shout at me.
I don't shout. I find talking through gritted teeth works so much better.
Stop it, both of you. I'm having enough problems with Avril.
Avril's fine. You just need to know how to handle her.
OK, what do you do with an audio typist that doesn't like wearing earphones? Something to do with her earrings and, I don't know, her hairline.
Send someone else?
Masterful management skills, Roger.
Avril is the fastest typist in the country, if not the Western world. In fact, she's been accused of taking drugs.
Maybe. But how about trying someone a bit fresher? Rosie, for instance.
Rosie. She could conduct the Berlin Philharmonic with her nails. So yes, she obviously puts in a lot of practice.
She's covered in more varnish than a Winnebago. I'm sending Avril.
She just takes pride in her appearance. And what are you doing here, Mercedes?
I don't have to explain myself to you.
Justin, how's it going?
All right, job's not bad. People are cool. They wear really nice threads.
What are you talking about, Justin?
Clothes. They've got a real nerd look going on. And the boss, he's like wearing trousers, but you can see his ankles, and then like his socks. How cool is that?
Sounds like a sort of colour blocking thing.
Yeah, I have to try it too.
You always look very smart, Justin. You never let us down.
I'll try not to, Auntie Merc. Anyway, here's my timesheet. And they want me back next week. Might even go to the pub with them. Check out some of the bands.
Where's he working?
Tax office. Don't say a word. If he thinks they're retro, not time warped, that's fine. He's good with figures and he's not mentioned Ozzy Osbourne for a week.
I'm saying nothing. But I think we're talking ukuleles here.
I hope that I don't come across as disloyal, about Justin and his music.
Of course not. And Justin's not stupid. He's just a bit naive.
He's a talented musician. He just needs a break. And I have tried to help him. I really have. But it's not easy trying to find metal bands heavily influenced by Mozart. But I really do try. I mean, that time he wanted to go to Bloodstock, the open-air concert? Well, I wasn't keen. But I was going to get him tickets. Luckily, it coincided with Palestrina's birthday and he was doing that flutathon.
Who?
You're such a Philistine.
Ignore him and don't worry about Justin so much. He's got his whole life to sort out, whatever it is that needs sorting. And Roger, I thought you were checking out that new office suppliers.
On it now.
Thank God for that. And as for Justin, I'm not really worried. But perhaps you should... about Roger. Recently, it seems as though he's trying to be, I don't know, charming?
What, you found him charming?
No, I didn't say that.
Did?
Well, I didn't mean that.
Mercedes, it's okay, and we both know that, well, the office Christmas party.
I thought he was a waiter. I was drunk and okay on the prowl. The party was breaking up, I panicked and grabbed a waiter.
Roger.
He was holding a tray of drinks.
Listen, it was a lot more traumatic for you than me. Let it go, Mercedes.
I have. But I mean, it wasn't all bad.
Whatever you were going to say, don't. Never speak of it again.
No, I won't.
That's it. Breathe in and hold and... Avril, how's the audio going?
All done. What's Mercedes doing?
Regression therapy.
Oh.
You know, past lives.
Oh, I've done that. I was a French aristocrat, guillotined. Yes, it was quite dreadful. I think that's why my earlobes are so delicate, especially after wearing those earphones. Are my zircon clusters still balanced?
I think one earlobe is slightly pinker than the other.
Which one?
Avril, just tilt your head. Yes, it's fine. It was just the lighting.
Auntie Merc, see that man outside? He said if he wanted to talk to himself, he'd sit in front of a mirror. It does take two to interview.
Mercedes?
Oh, hell. I got a bit sidetracked. I came out to get some tea.
And he's...
A client. But I've got it under control. 2 teas, please, Mercedes. He owns a builder's yard, so mugs will do.
Sod off, that's my contract.
I'm sorry, Mercedes, but it looks like Roger's just carried off a bit of male bonding.
I get to keep all the commission on new business I bring in.
OK, Roger. I'm as good as my word. We'll work out the details when you get back.
Great. Just like the old days.
My good old days don't include... Don't you dare hang up!
He sounds upbeat and smug.
Annoyingly so. He sealed that contract with the builder you left dying of thirst, and I promised him commission on new business, remember?
You didn't shake on it, and it's not in writing.
No, but he's done all right with this, and they need office staff.
I know. I set it up. I didn't think it was hob carriers.
Well, he seems to have covered your back on this. Take a deep breath and file under not as bad as sleeping with him.
Ooh, girly chat.
No, I've just let Petra down.
Rubbish, forget it.
I know it's brutal, but as they used to say at Lucy Clayton's, you're only as good as your last mail merge.
God, you're professionally trained.
Of course, aren't you?
No, I learnt to type late in life. I always thought I'd have someone to do it for me. Then I taught myself to open filing cabinets with a staple remover.
Right, it's all kicking off. All hands to the pump.
What is?
Breeze, the builders. They want staff and they want them now.
Breeze, you say? Is that Andy Blocks of Marshlands?
No, it's his sons. Why? You heard good things?
Rings a bell. But then I don't do exterior domestic. That's Colin. I do interior domestic.
Whatever. Now, let's get going on this. We need CVs, we need...
Hard hats.
Oh, I have a rather nice little pillbox hat. Goes with most things.
Funny, Mercedes. Don't worry, Avril. That sort of thing's for on-site visits. I'll be doing those.
What visits? I always miss the good stuff.
Where'd you come from? No, doesn't matter. I have got us a massive contract, Justin. Big construction company. With my help, they're going to turn this little town into the next Gotham City, Atlantis even.
Atlantis sunk, Roger.
Oh, and who programmed him into the Discovery Channel?
Justin's got 10 GCSEs and an NVQ. Or was it BTEC? And they might all be in the same subject, but he knows what he's talking about, and it did sink.
Okay, I get it. Keep your hair on. The less of your face we see, the better.
Mercedes is perfectly composed at all times.
You mean decomposed?
How's the trophy girlfriend, Roger? Or should I say, best in breed, runners-up medal?
Well, they can't all be eye candy like you, Mercedes. Or in your case, fisherman's friend.
Stop it right now. Roger seems to have done well, but Mercedes initially brought this contract in.
Yes, but I'm the one who's been on site visits and matched CVs with job descriptions. For instance, our new contract sees Avril safely ensconced in the site office, and Angela doing accounts from home, with computer networked in by yours truly.
I suppose you should stand by for instructions from air traffic control or every internet cafe around Lagos.
Shut up, Mercedes.
Yes, Mercedes.
What?
Everyone go home. Tomorrow we'll hear how Roger plans to build Rome in a day with 3 typists and a filing clerk. I need to know where my staff are.
Okay. It's not a state secret. I've got Joe and Sandra standing by for data input. You know, orders, safety stuff.
Where?
The library.
What?
Well, they've got a table in a quiet corner. Well, I mean, the play area. It's fine.
Is that it?
So far. The firm's expanding, so they can't have everyone working at head office.
But what about Avril?
She's fine. They found her a desk. Well, once it all takes off, they'll be looking for bigger premises, and bigger premises need a bigger workforce.
Right.
And what about Justin?
What about me?
Oh, can't you use the front door?
Leave him alone. Justin, how was the band?
What band?
In the pub. You went out with your tax office friends?
Oh, that. Did you know that you can't plug a ukulele in, Auntie Merc?
No, Justin, but I'm sure it was still very tuneful.
Bit repetitive. And what's crimpling?
Forget it, Justin. Move on. Oh, look, I've got you something.
He's not getting involved with scaffolding.
What?
Ignore her. I've got something in a recording studio, working with the technical guys. Cool or what, Justin? Well, say something.
Is this a dream? Did you fall asleep on the bus, Roger, reading Pete Waterman's life story?
Justin, here's the address. Ask for Brian.
What, like in May?
No, like in Baker.
Oh, look, Auntie Merc, Abbey Road!
No, Justin, Abbey Close. It's near the co-op. Don't get too excited. Remember, your last recording was your voicemail. Give it a try.
Don't you put him down.
Oh, don't worry, Auntie Merc. This is great. Thanks, Roger.
Bye, Justin.
You're quiet, Petra.
I'm just waiting for the punchline.
Well, wait on. Now, if that's all, there's a bunch of flowers with Kira's name on them.
A wreath?
No, not a wreath, Petra. Roses. Deep. Red.
Don't worry, Mercedes. Every dog has its day.
Does that mean he gets put to sleep at the end of it?
He's actually trying and succeeding at the moment. I wouldn't say he was an asset, but so far, let's say he's not liquidation. What's wrong, Mercedes?
It's just, I feel as though I'm losing you. You know, as an ally.
No, not at all. I want him out, but I have to be fair. And as for the builders, we've got 4 temps out, and he found them office space.
2 are in the library, play area. 1's at home fighting off spam. As for Avril...
Avril's fine. She's at the head office.
Have you been down there?
Not yet. Roger should have checked it out. I'll go later.
Can I come?
Well, no, Mercedes, not if you're going to look for trouble.
Thank you, Petra. And yes, I'm using the back door too. Surprising what you can hear when you do.
What are you doing back there?
I forgot the info for the Chamber of Commerce.
I thought you'd let that idea go.
I can't. It's a great idea.
What's that?
Town twinning, Las Vegas.
Thank you, Petra. Can you keep it to yourself? There are other towns nearby with the same facilities. They too could entice Sin City.
How?
With bingo?
Don't knock it. That hall looks pretty impressive since the repaint.
Wasn't that where Kenny worked as a doorman, till he was tagged?
And your point is?
He got caught taking backhanders, removing all even number balls.
That was never proven.
His kids were playing ping pong with them.
Circumstantial and irrelevant. I'll get it.
No, you won't. I'll...
Roger Forbes. A benchmark. Angela, how's it going? What do you mean the invoices are set? What? Okay, I'm on my way. Just keep busy till I get there.
What's wrong?
She said there's something spilt on the builder's invoices. It's fine.
What, like tea?
No, cement. It's a building firm. What do you expect? Lavender-scented paper? Just leave it. I'll deal with it. It'll dissolve or something.
Have you been in to check on Avril?
Not yet.
You promised.
She's fine. It's head office. She's in the epicenter. Don't worry about it.
And what about Justin?
At the recording studio. His dream job. I'm working for my mate. He went to Eton. He knows his stuff.
You mean you can order gin and tonic in Latin?
Oh yeah, up the workers, Mercedes. You're not even working class. Your mother was a teacher and your father...
Yawn, yawn.
Am I boring you or are you narcoleptic?
Funny. You said exactly the same thing.
Mercedes, I thought you were going to forget and move on.
You never forget your first, do you, Mercedes? Or should I say, your only?
Door opening. Door closing.
Justin, what are you talking about?
Lifts. Lifts, you know, the voice in the lifts in posh hotels. Well, that's going to be me. Awesome.
Are you sure?
Of course he is.
Will he get repeat fees?
What? Every time he goes up and down?
Mercedes, you're not thinking straight. You got a one-off payment, didn't you, Justin?
Yeah, it's more for my art, Auntie Merc. And I've been told that I have a commanding voice.
OK, Justin, let's go for a coffee and you can tell me more.
Thanks, Auntie Merc.
And doors opening. Doors closing.
You can see where he gets it from.
They're close. They look out for each other.
We were close once. And before you start, I don't want any smart aleck comments about so close you could see the bags under my eyes. Or...
I wasn't going to say anything. In fact, I remember that we did have a close... benchmark recruitment. Tarquin, how lovely.
Tarquin.
Why, yes, of course. I'll try my best. Obviously won't be through us, but I can ask around. Anyway, how is Fawn? Oh, lovely. And the pub? I mean, Traveller's Retreat? Heavenly. OK, then, I'll do my best. Bye. Bye. Bye.
What on earth was that?
Tarquin, you know, Tarquin and Fawn. They run the Three Bells and One Hand Clapping Pub in Brack Street.
I know I go nowhere near it.
Good. I'll tell them they can dispense with the guard dog.
Funny. What do they want with us?
They want a lute player. They're having an open mic madrigal night. I'll have to ask around. It's not really our thing.
Well, I don't know. Let's think about this. We've got connections in the industry.
What, the madrigal industry?
No, the music industry.
I know what you're thinking, and no, you can't send Justin. He plays the flute.
Flute, lute, a couple of pints of mead, no one will know the difference. This could be the start of something big. William Morris Agency must have started like this. Today, the Three Bells and, well, whatever it is. Tomorrow, the O2, Glasgow, Radio City.
OK, I'll leave it with you. You've obviously got Mick Jagger on speed dial.
Da 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 da.
Let me enjoy this. You saw Kira walking down the street with her skirt tucked into her knickers.
Yes, and she wasn't paddling.
No coat on.
Just a short little jacket, very trendy. So she's walking down.
No, hang on again, Petra. I just want to get the full impact of this.
I know, hysterical, especially in those heels. Gave her a sort of a roll.
And you stopped her and saved her modesty.
Does the Pope celebrate Beltane?
Thought not.
See?
Yes, of course I'll do it.
Do what?
Mercedes, why are you here?
We're having tea.
Right. Well, me and Justin will just go in here to discuss his next assignment.
What assignment?
Pub gig, Petra.
I don't like the sound of that, Justin.
Don't worry, Auntie Merc. It's not metal. Not this time.
Never has been.
Roger, is this what I think it is?
Might be.
Justin, they want a lute.
I play the flute.
We know, and Roger knows that. Don't you, Roger?
Rubbish. No one will notice the difference.
Thanks for nothing, Roger. Do you know how stupid I would have looked turning up with a flute?
As opposed to reeking with street cred turning up with a lute.
Forget it. You're not going, Justin.
Couldn't anyway. Flute's in for a service.
Why? Been playing it with your teeth? Smashing it on the stage like Jimi Hendrix?
He's dead, unfortunately. And if you must know, flutes need to be serviced regularly as they are precision instruments and need to be well cared for to provide optimum sound quality.
And that told you.
Avril, I thought you were at Breeze's.
So did I. But quite abruptly, I felt, I was turned away. Or rather, no hat, no boots, no work. Now, I understand dress codes. In fact, it was me who raised the question of whether chiffon should really be worn in a post room. Remember, Petra, after that incident with the franking machine and the date stamp?
I'll never forget it. But you did get compensation, and that stuff you found, it got the stain out, didn't it?
Oh, you mean that return address? However, I've never been sent home for inappropriate dress. Never! Never!
Avril, sit down. Roger, make some tea.
I think I'm more stressed than I thought. I need support, Petra. I need you to be my advocate.
Don't stress, Avril. I'm on the case. Now, one lump or two. No, that's fine. No, we understand perfectly. And more importantly, so does Avril. Cheers, mate.
What was that about?
She needs a hard hat and boots. It's just precaution. Something to do with the site area. But she's one of the crew, team. They love her, but no hat, no boots, no job.
Hang on. Are you saying, is Avril in a hard hat area?
Why do you sound like a builder's foreman, Mercedes?
Why do you sound like a public liability, Roger?
Why do you sound...
Cease! What's going on, Roger? Where exactly is Avril situated?
I told you, she's at the head office. It's perfectly legit.
Then why the safety?
Ultra safety conscious. That's all. Anyway, I've got it sorted. Hard hat with flower inlays, boots by Drillit, socks by Pringle. She'll love it. Now, how about lunch? All three of us.
I'd rather go to a vomitarium.
I will. Then we can drop in on Avril on the way.
Not without an appointment, we can't. It's not professional.
Rubbish. Good staff relations. And Mercedes, stop frowning. You're getting furrows and you have such lovely skin.
Yes, well, every line tells a story.
In your case, War and Peace.
Leave it, Mercedes. We don't have time. So if you'll just hold the fort.
Oh my God!
Don't worry, it's over now. Nobody died.
Let's sit down. Make some tea, Mercedes.
What happened?
Oh, I'm surprised it wasn't on the news. What with a whole head office block collapsing?
What? No, I've heard nothing. Avril, were you in there? How'd you get out? Did they bring in big excavators?
Not exactly.
So what was it? We're not on a fault line, are we?
No, Avril was in a porter cabin. So much for head office. Luckily, plywood's quite easy to move.
My first site visit. How was I to know?
And the landscaped gardens?
Turned out to be drainage.
Which I was actually looking forward to. What were those chemical toilets? Oh, really?
So there wasn't too much debris? They didn't have to dig you out?
No, it seemed to fall about me, really.
And the head office, Roger?
I think they're relocating. San Francisco might be a bit safer.
Temp Interruptus by Cheryl Bennett. Petra is played by Camilla Joyce. Roger by Dan Ball. Justin by Nicholas Benjamin. Avril by Imogen Smith. And Mercedes by Kate Milner Evans. Music was Quirky Perk by Nicholas Arman.
Temp Interruptus was a Front Stalls production with thanks to Sound Gallery Studios, Exeter. Written by Cheryl Bennett, copyright 2017. Copyright in content, Front Stalls Productions Limited. Benchmark recruitment, where a bunch of loyal temps each have a dream job. Unfortunately, when they wake up, they're working somewhere else. The sitcom where you can forget about choosing your family, you can't choose your workmates either. Our motto, staff on the sky, try ours. Temp Interruptus.
What's this?
What?
Invoice for French polishing?
Not guilty, in case you were going to land it on me.
You're pathetically defensive.
Damage to 2 desks at Philpott's Finance?
Whose gig was it?
You're not Jim Morrison, Roger.
I don't know. In his heyday?
Of course, his scarecrow period.
Stop it, both of you. But mostly Roger. Avril was working there. I'll ring them. Must be a mistake. Hello? Hello? Petra Forbes, Benchmark Recruitment. I've just received an invoice.
Why are you
about
here, Mercedes?
I'm working on a project for Petra.
Finance, apparently.
Not that I have to explain myself to you, but I'd like to know how you slithered in.
Shh. Of course, I see, yes. I'll get onto it straight away. Sorry for... Thank you. Bye.
Must be serious. You only said goodbye once.
Avril damaged 2 desks.
What?
And the rest of the story goes...
Leave it till she's here in person.
Where is she?
She's still there at work.
What? They don't sack vandals?
She's the best temp they've ever had.
Excuse me, I did 3 weeks there.
Mercedes, both of you have different yet inspiring skills. And Roger, shut up before you start.
If Avril didn't exist, we'd have to invent her.
And what mad professor invented you, Mercedes?
You weren't invented. You were...
Shut up! Here's Avril. Look calm. She doesn't.
Petra, you've heard, haven't you? I wanted to get here before they rang, but I was giving a talk to staff on the changing face of chiffon. It's been booked for weeks.
They've invoiced me, Avril. What happened?
Get your penknife out, did you, Avril? Whittle away a few initials.
Better than marking your own territory, I suppose.
Avril, what happened?
Well, I thought it would be nice to invite Millie and Ruth from Overseas Dispatches. They've been so helpful with my late orders. To lunch. I have such a nice little alcove.
Can we get on with the actual destruction? You know, flick knives, wanton destruction, stuff like that?
Well, actually, it was lunch. I said I'd bring the main course. They brought bread rolls and pre-prepared salad. Unfortunately, not Waitrose, but nice all the same.
So you managed to damage 2 desks with a bread roll and a piece of lettuce?
No, my paella.
Go on.
Well, it was all going so well. I had my paella pan, the gas burner, the sangria, all at the ready, lit the burner, and suddenly, whoosh, a purple flame. My desk, the laminated pine, looked like burnt oak. The fire warden said it was the glue.
You put glue in your paella?
Shut up, Roger.
You couldn't microwave it?
Well, not really. I add in stages, tasting for subtlety.
So, you burnt your desk?
No, it was the collating desk.
But they want money for 2 desks.
Well, the problem was the fire warden, Dennis. He panicked and smothered the flames with my chiffon scarf, which then seemed to melt.
You weren't still wearing it?
No, it was draped round my padded coat hanger. He grabbed it, not realising the delicacy of the fabric, you see.
Avril, stop. We'll just pay up. Next time, take a sandwich.
Personally, I always find egg and cress perfectly acceptable.
So what did happen next?
Well, obviously, the smell was overwhelming. So I offered some of my Penhaligon's candles.
Take you up on it, did they?
Of course, choosing a strong floral overtone to mask this most curious smell.
Probably plastic.
I wouldn't know, having had little to do with plastic.
Avril, and then?
I suppose you could say unintended consequence.
Was any of it intended?
Of course not. But unfortunately, my desk, which, as you will remember, was situated in an alcove... Is
this going to take long? Shall I make tea?
Yes.
No, carry on, Avril. But I see we now need concise yet reliable facts.
Right. Where was I?
You were in the alcove?
Actually, no, the candle was. I placed my candle on the desk, I lit it with my box of decorative matches, and waited for the release of its intoxicating aroma, which the fire warden...
Dennis?
Yes, Dennis, dear Dennis, was very taken with. Leaning forward to enjoy the scent, he accidentally knocked the candle over, setting fire to the matches, and consequently, unintended of course, set fire to the desk.
And it was put out how?
Mary from Sale's autumn trench coat.
Do I have to pay for that too?
It would be nice. I think what made it worse was that it was a superior burn-time candle, and my Egyptian blend. Had it been citrus fruit, it wouldn't have... Well, anyway, it's all over now. And after a few deep breathing exercises to clear lungs, they moved me up 1 floor nearer to...
Fire extinguisher.
Asbestos ceiling?
No, Millie and Ruth from Overseas Dispatches. So it's all very cosy.
And we get the bill.
Surely I'm insured.
I think we'll just pay up.
Yes, we don't want to be labelled a disaster zone.
No, you've already seen to that, Roger.
I believe we got a free pen and a book token with your insurance, Mercedes.
Couldn't get it for you. Natural disaster and all that.
Stop. We have insurance. We look after our staff and we cover their backs. Avril was just socialising with colleagues. But next time, take them to the pub. What do you mean you're interviewing?
For my PA.
Why, are you leaving?
You must be joking. I wouldn't leave the firm now. Not when I'm on a roll.
Ham?
Mercedes don't. Roger seems to be having difficulty distinguishing between his life and the chair of IBM.
Then perhaps IBM will lend him some staff.
The business is coming in. I'm bringing it in. I need staff around me to help. Process it.
Roger, we're an employment agency, yet you advertise.
I want someone specific who understands charities. I'm moving into the charity field. And Petra, I ran this by you. I said I needed help to get this set up, get a database going.
Database? Are you mad, Petra? You know what happened with MI6? Their entire database found themselves tagged on Facebook. The rest were retweets.
That's a complete fabrication, Mercedes. They were all old school chums.
They were all called Smith.
Stop it, both of you. Roger, use a notepad. If your contact list gets into double figures, I'll think about a database.
Anyway, aren't you banned from using one? You know, like a bad driver, points on your keyboard or something.
That was then. This is now. Avril and Justin. Good. That makes us correct. I've got something to run by everyone.
We've got more than 3 temps, Roger. Not that you find work for any of them.
I meant our most important, our elite.
Great. Does that mean I'm on better rates?
Justin, I'm so proud. Who's been coaching you?
No one. I know my worth, Auntie Merc.
Well, I'd keep that quiet then, Justin. You're on minimum as it is.
You bully. He's a good little worker.
This had better be good, Roger. You're on thin ice here.
Pass me a flamethrower.
Good one, Auntie Merc.
Just all sit down and listen. Now, as you know, I'm the business unit manager.
Yes, Roger. We all know you're a bum.
We got over that joke weeks ago, Mercedes.
I'm still enjoying it.
And moving on, as you will all know...
Why would we? Who takes any notice of you anyway?
Well, that's another thing. I was thinking of having a staff newsletter.
Oh, will you be running, an at-home with? I could welcome you all to my beautiful home segment.
While you await the birth of your first baby.
What? We're not getting into maternity leave, are we?
I was being sarcastic, I hope.
To continue, I'm trying for the charity market. Worthwhile temps for worthwhile causes.
Petra, what's going on?
It's up to him. If he brings it in, okay. If he doesn't, he knows the score. I'm still not convinced you need a PA.
I think I do.
I thought you'd already interviewed.
What? Oh, for God's sake, lock that door.
Oh, he did, Mercedes, but I don't think she was too impressed.
You should have left us alone, Petra. I didn't feel I was in a professional environment.
Why? What happened? Do tell.
You look so toady when you sneer like that, Mercedes.
Stop it, both of you. But I have to admit, when he asked her, "What do you look for in a boss?" and she said, "Someone with even more talent than me," well, let's say, I knew I wouldn't be filing her P45 anytime soon.
She was going nowhere and she knew it. Anyway, one of the girls can do my typing. Can't you, Mercedes?
Mercedes, put that water cooler down. Yes, careful. Good. Okay.
I don't want any aggravation. All I want to do is get on with brainstorming my charity plans. There's a deprived world out there that needs me. And where's Avril?
She's on her way. There's been a bit of a problem at the office. She fused some lights, on 3 floors and the staff canteen.
Not plugging in her own lampstand again? Candelabra or table lamp?
Neither. It was a floor lamp with an 18-inch lampshade. Colin helped her set it up.
She's becoming a liability. Most people are grateful if they've got their own drawer.
Avril, we were just talking about you.
I know I should have checked the amps, but I did ask if I could personalise my desk. Anyway, my new office is west-facing, so I got some work done.
Can we get on now? I'm thinking charity events.
What about Justin? He organised that charity swim?
Yes, but you tend to get more money from lengths rather than synchronised swimming. At last!
Where have you been, Justin?
Oh, I got him a nice little job at the dentist, and I've had some good reports back.
Oh, well done, Justin.
Thanks, but I don't think they want me back. It wasn't my fault. I didn't know the window was open.
OK, talk us through it. But does it involve a patient, an open window and a hard pavement?
Oh, no, nothing like that. It was a misunderstanding. I answered the phone. Veneers are us. How can I help you?
Very nice, Justin.
Get on with it.
Then she said, I'd like to book an appointment.
Yes.
And I said, I'll just open the online calendar.
Very efficient, Justin.
Thanks, Auntie Merc. So I put the phone down. When I got back, she said, "What was that noise?" And I said, "The drill." And she said, "It's rather loud and heavy." And I said, "Yes, there have been complaints, but it does do the job." Then someone outside said, "Oh no, we've got a gusher." And then she hung up.
And you've no idea why?
No, I was told to answer the phone and be as helpful as possible. Job done.
Precisely.
She had a lucky escape, whoever she was. Now, back to Gym Aid.
Gym Aid?
What are you talking about?
But it's just such a waste. Gym machines, when they go out of fashion, get replaced. Then what happens? They go to landfill. This way they're put to good use. I mean, the developing world...
Very PC.
Actually, it's emerging now, but get on with it.
Okay, the poor, the downtrodden. What chance do they have to work out, stress bust, get into shape?
Oh, I don't know. Farming, walking miles for clean water, 1 meal a day, protecting their family from violence, and
Roger, since when does an African farmer want a peck machine?
A village elder need a treadmill, the township need a bicep curl,
Very funny. But just think about the publicity. It's a whole new area of foreign aid. It's never even been done before.
No bloody wonders, it's bonkers.
Not completely.
What?
Well, yes, Gym Aid is bonkers, but...
How about chiffon aid? We could get people to donate chiffon to the new world.
Emerging world, Avril.
Well, yes, them too. I mean, I have enough to feed the world.
You want to talk bonkers?
How about flute aid?
What, donating flutes? I think they'd prefer peck machines.
No, not donate, that would be daft. A flutathon. Like last time, remember, Auntie Merc?
Yes, I remember, Justin. But it was really too much for you. Don't you remember you were whistling through your teeth for weeks afterwards?
I'd do it again, Auntie Merc.
I know you would, Justin, but...
How about we donate a day's pay?
Make it 4 hours and you're on.
You don't get paid.
Yes, I do. I brought in quite a bit of business. You're forgetting I'm the BUM.
Once seen, never forgotten, Roger. And Petra, what pay?
Well, he has been a bit of a success on the new business front. And, Avril, you might have hit on something here.
I've had another idea.
What?
I don't want to be pushy.
No, go on, Avril.
Well, I was thinking we could sort of adopt a country.
A whole country?
Well, not a whole country, just their flag. And we could wear it around heads like a bandana. Sort of like this. See? But this is chiffon, of course. It would be much more colourful if it were, say, orange and green or stars and stripes, that sort of thing.
Avril, I don't care what you wear on your head. In fact, you can tie your chiffon in a hangman's noose for all I care. I'm going to look into the Gym Aid idea.
But how will you get the old machines out there, Roger?
Good thinking, Justin.
Convoy. Just think, a procession of trucks making their way across the Sahara, and me at the helm.
What about air conditioning? Gets hot in the desert.
Not a problem. Temperature drops at night.
Why not tempt them in with a few free gym passes first? 5 free visits, just to see if they like it.
It's for charity, Avril. It's all free. Anyway, I'm out of here. I got to see a man about a machine.
This is man's work.
Now, Avril, this chiffon aid, how much of it have you got? Well, what's wrong with it?
It's pink.
You can speak into it, text with it, and tell the time. What more do you want?
Something a bit better than pink and a ringtone played on a rainbow xylophone.
It's for talking into, not going on tour with. Mine's pretty functional, look.
Nice. Pity it's not a party line. Might ring now and again.
And I suppose you thought pay as you go meant...
Stop it. Roger, you want a phone, you buy one. This is the company phone and it's all you're getting. Rosie's little Pippa loved it.
She's only 7.
Then she can show you how it works.
Finito, we've got work to do. So, how's the project going?
What? You mean my truckers and the gym machines? I'm working on it.
No, I meant the business. Gym Aid, I'll believe when I wake up and smell the diesel.
As it happens, I've got some interest in Justin. It's not paid work, but it's music, and it's in a band.
Doing what?
A gig.
Where? Is it local or London?
It's an open-air gig. It's for charity, and I think he should do it. In fact, I've told him, and he's up for it. Now, don't mind me, but I'm hitting the gym. Oh, can't stop, Justin. I'll fill you in later.
Did he tell you, Auntie Merc, about the charity records?
I thought it was an open-air concert.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
What's that on your neck, Justin?
It's a tattoo.
Sat. What's that mean?
It's supposed to be Satan, but my neck's too short. I need to show I'm still a metal man. Me and my flute.
Your mother will kill you. Will it rub off?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. Will it rub off?
Yes.
Fine.
Petra, only me. I won't be in today. I'm taking study leave.
What are you studying?
Russian,
Why?
the language of my people, my mother tongue.
You come from Surrey, Avril.
We fled the Bolsheviks. Surrey took us in.
Bye, Avril. I'll see you tomorrow.
What's she up to now?
She'll be in tomorrow. Just don't mention vodka, ballet or salt mines.
Not my usual train of thought, anyway. Now, Justin, have you met the rest of the band yet?
No, not yet. But Roger said they've got their own fan magazine.
I'll believe that when I see it.
Well, look.
War cry?
Justin, I'd get my triangle out if I were you.
That's wonderful, Avril. So generous. Yes, do thank everybody. Chiffonade is up and floating.
Are you sure?
Yes, in the end it was the most sensible.
A surreal situation when Avril's the most sensible. What exactly is it going to entail?
God knows. Wait till she gets here.
Petra, have you got any tea bags?
Of course. How many? Why?
Oh, hundreds. It's for the poor.
Out the back. Take the fair trade. Better image.
Justin?
Thanks, Petra. I can't stop, Auntie Merc. We're feeding the hungry.
That's wonderful, Justin.
Is this with your new band?
What, like Live Aid?
No, it's the Salvation Army.
Do you wear a uniform, Justin?
No, I'm freelance. Anyway, I've got the papers coming and everything. Auntie Merc, I'm going to be famous. Budding musician, feeds the homeless, pictures and all.
My little Justin. Well, I think he's going to be quite ruthless.
Who?
The back door's not for you to use.
When it's open, it is. Anyway, back to gym aid. I'm talking Olympic rowing.
I'm afraid that Avril...
No, let him finish.
See? Got your attention now. Now, think, how many desert folk get the opportunity to enter a rowing team? No, it's rhetorical. You don't know. It's the desert. How do they train? Impossible. No, I can do this for the desert people. They too can enter the Coctus pairs.
Well, you're definitely the man.
Don't even go there, Mercedes. What are you talking about, Roger?
The rowing machine. That gym staple. Perfect. It doesn't need water.
We're here!
Who? What? Why are you wearing a cocktail frock?
How do you know it's a cocktail frock?
Whatever. It's not a navy blue suit and white shirt.
It's for the photos, you know, the press.
What press? What photos?
For the lorry outside. It's Journey to Africa.
What? It's here already? Oh, hang on a sec, I'll just get my jacket.
What? You want to be in the photos too?
You bet.
It's only right, Roger. It was your idea.
Let's get out there then!
Hang on.
No, Roger, you hang on.
Yes, come along now, girls. Roger, would you hold the other end of the banner? Oh, and perhaps this little... Yes, lilac works surprisingly well with your jacket.
Love that chiffon bow round the engine, Avril.
Roger, the banner's not straight. Let that nice lorry driver help you up.
Now for the photo. Chiffon Club, South East and Regions. Look at the camera and say... Chiffon!
Bye, Roger! No, don't wave. Just hang on. So what's in the lorry?
Food and medical supplies for the Congo.
Sensible.
Very.
Temp Interruptus by Cheryl Bennett. Petra is played by Camilla Joyce. Roger by Dan Ball. Justin by Nicholas Benjamin. Avril by Imogen Smith. And Mercedes by Kate Hilner Evans. Music was Quirky Perk by Nicholas Arman.
Temp Interruptus was a Front Stalls production with thanks to Sound Gallery Studios, Exeter. Written by Cheryl Bennett. Copyright 2017. Copyright in content Front Stalls Productions Limited.